What is going on there, YouTube? Morty here, back at you guys again with another video. I know it's been a while since my last video, and I think that's just going to become my new moniker, my new slogan whenever I start a video or do anything, because it's always just this gap of time between my last video and then the video that I just upload. So I apologize for that. I think it's been about a month since my last upload, but since then I actually have got a lot of pickups, small and big, all over the spectrum in terms of pickups and that sort of stuff. I got my summer job. I have a little bit more money flowing, so I'm able to spoil myself more, as not smart as that is. I got a couple pickups in the last month or so from a brand that I've been really wanting to invest in and try out, and that brand is Cav Empt. Now, if you don't know Cav Empt is the brainchild of Toby Feldwell as well as Skate Thing. Skate Thing being a cap, and it's just really bugging me over here on my desk. Now that it's not, I can explain to you this. Skate Thing is definitely known for doing a lot of Bape's graphics all throughout the time that Nego owned Bape. He's known for doing a lot of that, being a very integral part of Bape, and Toby Feldwell is very noteworthy for being somebody who brought Bape into the limelight in Western culture through just being a socialite and somebody who put it on the right people, that kind of thing. I know he has other accolades as well, but that's the first thing that comes to mind. If you really want to check out more on Cav Empt, I definitely recommend checking out Reggie Casual's channel, The Casual. He does an entire in-depth brand review on Cav Empt, and it's definitely worth the watch. But Cav Empt is a really cool brand, made in Japan clothing, and a lot of stuff has this kind of reference to like technology and this kind of dystopian future, and it's very cynical and like almost ironic in a way, and that's something that actually I really enjoy. A lot of people in the techwear scene like to kind of pair it with tech outfits and create this streetwear tech look. A lot of people just like Cav Empt for its really wide boxy fits that are a lot more relative to like Western clothing and that sort of stuff with how wide they are, as well as other just small minute things. But for me personally, my biggest hobbies and my biggest interests have to do with technology. If I'm not on Crunchyroll watching anime, I'm playing video games, I'm into electronic music. A lot of what I do in my life kind of revolves around electronic culture and that sort of stuff in general. And while this isn't necessarily something that exemplifies electronic music or video games or anything like that, it does carry that kind of technological vibe to it with a lot of the graphics that Skate Thing puts out, and for that reason I really enjoy the brand as a whole. It's honestly kind of comparable to like something like what a hacker would wear, because of the cynicism and the just general kind of comfy, cozy silhouettes and just kind of monotone stuff and just very kind of dark, weird looks to them, but also not being too far out there, you know what I mean? So that's what I really like about the brand, and I've got the opportunity in the last I've got the opportunity in the last couple of months to then be able to get some of the stuff that really exemplifies that vision. So without further ado, I'm going to go over the last couple pickups that I've gotten the last couple of months from Cav Empt. So let's get into it. Super excited about this, guys. So my first pickup from Cav Empt was actually while I was on vacation across the country. I live in California. I went to North Carolina for a little event that the company had. I saw a store. I was kind of like looking at like oh, what is there to do in Raleigh? And being a clothing person, I was just like, okay, let's just look up clothing stores. And there was a store called Social Society, I believe, something along those lines. And they had Cav Empt in store, and I was like, oh, this is going to be a time to actually get something, because I can't really find anywhere Cav Empt related here in Northern California. I know there's a couple areas, but I just don't go out of my way to do it. I was like right next to the store while I was in North Carolina, so I was like, let's go check it out. And what I found there was, I believe it's called the, yeah, I think it's just like the Heavy Embroidered Hoodie is the full name for it, in a white color. This hoodie normally comes in a few other colors, I believe. I think it came in, I think the most notable one is like a purplish, kind of like purplish blue color, as well as I think a gray. But I found this in the white color, which I actually have not seen that much of, and I really like the hoodie. As you can see here, it's just got Cav Empt embroidered in the front. just right across the mid chest. And then as you can see, the graphic here, let me read it out to you, says, oh God, it's really long. It says, no expense or pain is spared to artificially, you know what, I'm just gonna leave it like right here. So I'm gonna have it on screen. I can't deal with it. And the other detail that all Cav Empt hoodies and jackets and all that sort of stuff have is the red Cav Empt badge, like the woman holding her forehead on the left part. Really like that detail. I think it's really funny just having her like on the badge. I think it's a funny detail, but it's also kind of like cool and out there. Something notable with a lot of Cav Empt hoodies is the wideness. This thing is a wide motherfucker, super wide. I got this as a size medium, and something noteworthy with Cav Empt is that when you size up or you size down or any size in between, it doesn't get longer, it gets wider. So this is a medium, fits me pretty wide. The waistband literally sits right below, like just below like the waistband on my pants a lot of the time. It's very, very cropped fit, very, very wide too. These shoulders hang down almost to my elbows in terms of length, and it really creates a really cool look to it. But it I think I probably would have liked it in a large. They didn't have a large, they had a medium and they had an extra large, and I think like an XL might have been a little bit too much, so I decided to go for a medium. Actually, I think their medium was the only one in store. Other small details, it's got a really big hood too, with no drawstring. It didn't come with the drawstring, but it adds to the silhouette with no drawstring, so that's kind of neat. And then as you can see here, it's got a patch here on the back that a lot of Cav Empt pieces do. It's visible with the gray outline around the outside, and in the B-roll I will show the actual patch on the inside. It says something about fanciful goods and how it leads to a life of prosperity and that sort of stuff, but it's like an illusion. So I think it's a funny kind of ironic graphic that nobody's gonna see unless the owner has it. So yeah, moving on to the next piece. I'm really excited about this one. All right, so I'm gonna have more B-roll to kind of exemplify this piece, because it is just a fucking like hacker overcoat. It's very school shootery. It's very big and weird, but I really have been pushing this bigger, boxier fit kind of vibe going on, and the material is perfect for being in a beach town, my other new quote. So I'm really happy that I ended up coming across it at the right price. But this, I believe, is called the Cav Empt Over Dye Long Coat. I found this on Grailed, but it is a really, really nice jacket. I believe it retailed at about like $569 or something like that, just somewhere in the 500s to 600s. And it's like a really crazy price, so that's why I was super happy to be able to get this way, way lower on Grailed. Quoting Jacob Killer, don't tell me you can't find steals. Really crazy jacket, just like the hoodies and that sort of stuff, very, very oversized. Really oversized. It's super wide in the body. The sleeves are normal length, surprisingly enough, but it's really crazy wide in the body with these pockets. And if you want to kind of shrink it around your body, it has these drawstrings right here in the middle, which I will exemplify in the B-roll as well. The drawstrings are exposed on the inside of the jacket. There's no inside detailing or anything like that. This is very much like a shell jacket, but the drawstrings are exposed on the inside, and you can use that to tighten it up around your body a little bit. No other detailing besides these black, just regular kind of plastic buttons here on the front. And then the signature, they've got the red Cav Empt badge on the sleeve, which I thought was really nice and really like understated, at the same time also being all this jacket really needed to kind of set it off. So that's why I was super happy about that. It's made in Japan, which is super nice. It's this cotton twill material. Okay, I'll put it right here. It's 70% cotton and 30% nylon. So it's this mildly rigid cotton material, but it is very much a shell, so it's very flowy. It has pretty decent structure to it. And I think what makes this so great is because it's so wide and so boxy, but also, you know, so long and like that kind of stuff, that it would work really, really, really good as like a layering piece. I think this is very great with like, this will be really great with like a hoodie under it, or just like a crew neck or something like that in the colder months, because you just have no effort. It's effortless putting anything under this and having it look good, you know. It's really just big, boxy, and it works super well. I think the other small detail that we have here on the bottom is that it's got like a little bit of like a fishtail appearance on it, just a little split down towards the very end, kind of makes it from being less of a giant black blob on you. But I really, really, really love this long coat. This is a birthday present for me. My birthday is next month. Really happy about this. Really gonna put this to good use in the winter when it's, you know, a little bit colder than it is here in California, but it's still just an outer shell piece, so it can be worn like now in August. It can be worn then with a layer under it. It's very versatile. That's what I loved about it so very much. Very much. There you go. So those are my Cav Empt pickups, guys. I hope you liked it. I hope you liked the B-roll. I hope you liked everything that I kind of put with it. I was kind of holding off on making a video in the first place because I wanted my production quality to be a little bit higher. I was hoping I'd be able to run into somebody's camera that I could borrow because I have a few friends who do, but it just didn't ended up coming to fruition. It just didn't end up coming to fruition, and so this is like my way of forcing myself to make a video. I have a lot more stuff I can show. I've got stuff coming in the mail as we speak, 2 different shipments, so I can make videos on those in the near future. I just, you know, it's just kind of whatever comes naturally. I'm starting school back up too, so I'm just hoping for more videos in the future. I'm gonna definitely try and crank them out. So thank you very much, guys, for watching, and as stay stylish. I didn't like goof off too much in this video, but you know what? We do it anyway.